Guess what, Emma? I quit my part-time job.
What? How many times have you done this? And it's only been 2 days this time. How many times do I have to tell you not to quit?
I don't think it was the right job for me. I was an elite salesperson. And now, some woman who's just a little over 20 is telling me what to do.
Of course! No matter what kind of work you've done in the past, you're still a freshman to the workplace. You're still in the training period, so it's only natural that they teach you how to work there. Isn't that how work is supposed to be?
I understand that, but she is so bossy every time. When I ask her a question, she sighs like I'm an annoying person or something. I was just asking a question because I didn't understand. I am older than her, so she should at least show some respect.
Maybe she was thinking the same thing.
Huh?
Maybe your attitude was not good either.
Are you saying I'm the bad guy here?
I'm not, but you need to have a little patience. Not everything is going to go your way. I told you that when you left the company, didn't I?
I know.
You don't understand. That's why I have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You haven't even had one part-time job that lasts long. I think you'd better find a real job as soon as possible.
Don't rush me like that. I want to take my time to find a job that suits me.
I understand that, but we have a life too. My income alone is not enough to support us, so I need you to get a job soon. In fact, we're running out of money.
That's why I'm working part-time, just to make ends meet.
But it hasn't lasted more than 2 days so far. I wonder if you don't have any social skills.
Are you making fun of me? I can't believe it. Fine, I'll look for a job right now.
Hey, Carlos, where are you?
I just got back home.
I just got a call from your manager. I heard you got into a big fight with a customer.
Yeah, that was the customer's fault, no matter how you look at it. He was being so unreasonable. I was so mad. He said he's going to sue the store because of my attitude. There's no way I'm going to let him do that.
I understand how you feel, but they're the one who's paying you to work. Everything you do or say represents the store. You can't just start a fight with customers. You could have a lawsuit on your hands. I was shocked when I heard what happened.
I didn't do anything serious. I just threatened him, that's all.
It's the same thing either way.
But I didn't hit him.
That's not the point. The customer seemed a well-mannered guy, so it looks like he forgave you. But apparently, he gave the manager a pretty stern lecture because of you. Did you even apologize properly?
Why do I have to apologize? It's not my fault. I think I saved the reputation of the store. He should be thanking me.
How much of a child are you? He said you don't have to come to work tomorrow.
You mean I'm fired?
I guess.
Oh, that's great. I can't work in a place where they fire a man like me. I was thinking about leaving anyway, so it's a perfect timing.
Carlos, that's not the way I want you to think. That's why you didn't last long at your last job, isn't it? What are you going to do?
Huh? Are you saying that I should endure and work even if I feel bad?
I'm not saying that, but don't you think you need to work a little harder? After all, the last company you applied to also rejected you at the interview, didn't they?
Are you making fun of me again?
I'm not. But how many times have you got fired from? It's clearly your attitude that's getting you fired. You've been out of work for 5 months now. As you can see, my income alone is not enough.
I understand. That's why I'm doing my best to get a part-time job while I'm job hunting too.
But the part-time job you start won't even last a week. To be honest, it doesn't even cover our living expenses. I have to work overtime and cut into my savings to make ends meet. I want you to understand how hard I'm working.
I understand.
Do you really understand?
I'm going to start job hunting even harder tomorrow.
Of course you will. Carlos, what are you thinking? You've been causing trouble at work one after another.
This time, it's the other guy's fault. He deserved it.
You were hired because of your friend. I was so relieved you finally found a good job. How could you do this to him?
It's his fault. He's always making fun of me. Even though we're friends, there are things you're allowed to say and things you're not allowed to say.
What the hell are you thinking about? What's going on?
I was just doing my work as usual. Then he said something that pissed me off.
What did he say?
First, he was grinning at me. And then he said, "You're lucky to have a wife to support you. You can live off of a part-time job and your wife's earnings." I'm working so hard, and that's what he said to me, and I got mad. He was making fun of me in front of everyone.
But it's true, isn't it? I've practically been supporting you since you left the company. You just have to accept that.
I can't forgive him even if he is my friend, you know?
He got 5 stitches in his wound, you know that?
He fell on his own and cut his hand with a tool.
But you caused that, didn't you? If you hadn't done anything to him, he wouldn't have fallen. That's the kind of thing he can file a damage report for, you know?
It's not my fault. It was him who made fun of me in the first place. It's his fault for looking down on me.
You can't be violent for any reason. You're the one who put your hands on him first. It's your fault.
You're my wife, right? And yet, you're taking his side against me? You want to make me the bad guy?
That's not true. He forgave you because I apologized a lot.
Well then, that settles the matter, doesn't it?
Don't you know the meaning of the word remorse? He asked me to take care of the medical bills and the cost of the broken parts instead of filing a damage report. And it cost about $2,000. That is a huge deficit. I'm so tired of it.
Huh? I'm the one who's tired. I've been working from one job after another while being made fun of. And that's because you keep forcing me to do so.
What? Don't try to turn this around on me.
If you didn't nag me so much, I could live in peace.
You're unbelievable. What have I been working so hard for? I've been working overtime, taking care of you, and doing the housework every single day.
We're a married couple, isn't it natural?
And what are you doing? What have you done for me? You quit your job so easily, you didn't even keep your part-time job. And above all, I had to pay for all the bills you have caused. You caused me nothing but trouble. Can you call us a married couple?
Come on, Emma.
That's enough. I'm getting out of the apartment.
What are you talking about? If you leave, who's going to do all the housework?
You'll live in peace without me, right? Do whatever you want.
Can't you even take a joke?
I'm way over my limit now. I'm going to have to think about divorcing you, so please, keep that in mind.
Don't say divorce based on such temporary feelings.
It's not temporary. I've been thinking about it for almost 5 months.
You're going to leave me knowing I don't have a job?
What can I say to you? I can't take care of you any longer.
What?
The apartment is in my name, so if we get a divorce, I'm going to have you leave. I think you'd better start packing.
Oh no. I'm not getting a divorce. I don't even want to think about it.
I've seen so much of who you really are over the past 5 months. After all, I was only babysitting you, wasn't I? I'm sick of it.
Why do you keep blaming me? I don't understand.
Because you only keep causing trouble. Your part-time job only lasts a few days. You get fired for being a jerk to customers. You hurt your friends at work. You never get a decent job. Nothing good will come from being with you.
Don't say that. I'm doing my best.
Why did I even marry you? It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Fine. Then don't come back to this apartment.
How can you say that about an apartment that's in my name? But fine, I'm never going back there.
Where are you going? You got a place to go?
I'm not going to tell you. I just want to be alone without you.
Emma, answer me as soon as you can. Are you at work? I'm in a lot of trouble. My mom passed away.
Hi.
I'm telling you that my mom passed away. Why didn't you answer me?
Because I never heard anything about it.
That's why I texted you. It was sudden. Dad's stunned. So I'm the one doing all the contacting and formalities.
Your father doesn't know we're separated?
I can't talk to him about that right now.
Well...
Anyway, I don't want you to tell my dad until after the funeral. I'm worrying about him. The wake is tonight and the funeral's tomorrow. Anyway, I need you to be at the wake. I'll text you the time and place. Emma, what are you doing? I told you the time of the wake. I told you to come early because I need your help. What the hell are you doing?
Did I say I was coming?
What are you talking about? My mom passed away, okay? How can you say that? I didn't think you were that irresponsible. I'm divorcing you, you lousy wife.
Sounds great. And guess what? I'm having tea with your mother right now.
What are you talking about?
Of course, I'm talking about your mother.
What? Why?
I left the apartment and stayed with your parents the whole time.
Huh?
I told them everything that's been going on.
Why would you do that?
Because they're your parents, and they need to know about the divorce.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. You just said I'm divorcing you, you lousy wife.
That was just a figure of speech.
You even lied about your mother passing away. We were just talking while you wanted to text me all of a sudden.
Oh my God.
So, why did you text me?
Because I ran out of money. My fridge is empty and I'm starving. That's why I wanted to see you to get some money.
Huh? Is that why you made up a story like that? I'm really stunned. Don't you even try to work to earn money by yourself?
Working doesn't bring in money right away, does it?
It's not about that. It's about how you think. You are such a jerk. I understand that I was a moneymaker for you.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'll leave the completed divorce papers with your parents. When you're done filling them out, you can turn them into the city hall. Your parents will make sure you do that.
Huh? I have to face my parents?
Of course you do. You can't just ignore it.
Oh no.
And just so that you know, they are furious. They're like, what's wrong with him that he quit his job and doing nothing?
Oh my.
And on top of that, you made up a story of your own mother passing away. That isn't funny, you know. She says she won't forgive you. By the way, she's been watching this conversation.
She has?
Well, please come get the divorce papers and get scolded by them. I'm canceling the lease on the apartment at the end of this month, so you'll have to move out by then.
Wait a minute. What am I supposed to do if you do something like that so suddenly?
It's not sudden. I told you that when I moved out of the apartment. I told you if you get divorced, I'll ask you to leave. It's about time you packed your bags, isn't it?
You can't just... You... Think about me a little. I don't even have a job yet.
I've been waiting for almost 6 months. I kept telling you to get a job as soon as possible. But you didn't do it, did you? I can't believe you can't even keep up the part-time job you finally found. I can't help you anymore.
No way.
Well then, I'll leave the rest to your mother, so take care of it.
Wait. Emma, everything that's happened so far is my fault. My wishful thoughts and actions have caused you trouble. I'm sincerely sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You don't have to apologize to me because I have nothing to do with you anymore. And we don't have anything to talk about anymore, so...
Don't be so cold. Since then, my parents have called me several times. I had no choice but to go to my parents' house, and they lectured me for several hours.
Isn't that natural considering what you have done?
Yes, so I'm sorry. My mother accompanied me and I even filed for divorce. I just can't give you up yet. Can we start over again?
Huh? Who do you think you are?
My parents broke off the relationship with me and I have nowhere to go. I'm sleeping in a park nearby.
Wow, that's funny. It's good to be able to reflect on who you've been, isn't it?
I've reflected enough. I've changed my mind, and from now on, I'm going to work diligently. So start over with me. Without you, I'm no good.
That's not true, is it?
Huh?
You're no good without my money, right? Seeing as how you still don't work, it's very hard to believe that you're willing to work. If you were truly sorry, you would have already taken some kind of action. I don't think you're sorry if you're sleeping in the park.
I'm telling you, I'm truly sorry, and I realize how important you are to me. Please start over with me.
I can see you are just relying on my income. At least, get a place to live. You're just pretending to be looking for a job and just goofing around, aren't you?
No, that's not it. That's not what I'm doing.
I can see what you're thinking. Who would start over with someone like that?
Don't be so cold. We were married, remember?
I told you, didn't I?
Huh?
That I regret marrying you. And yet, there's no way we'd start over again. Don't ever contact me again.
Emma?
If you contact me again, I'll call the police.
Do you hate me that much?
I don't want to see you or hear from you anymore. I'm going to block your account too.
Oh no, then you don't have to see me. At least, lend me some money.
You've got to be kidding me. After that, Carlos asked his parents for help several times, but they never forgave him. I'll never forget the sad look on his parents' face as they told me that it was their fault for raising him to be that lazy. He asked his friends, seniors, juniors, and anyone else he could think of for money. But of course, they all turned him down. How pathetic can he be? When he finally realized that there was nothing he could do, he had no choice but to start working in a factory with cheap salary. I just hope the work continues. I'm enjoying living on my own. I feel really happy today to be able to use the money I work for myself.
Hey, Daisy, are you there? What do you think you're doing missing New Year's with the family? You should be at my parents' house with the rest of us. Happy New Year's to you too, Lily. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it over to the house. I'm sure you heard from your brother, but something very important came up for me and I wasn't able to go. What could possibly be more important than spending New Year's Eve with family? I'm sorry, but I had to work. In fact, I know a lot of people who had to work through the holiday. I know that some people have to work through the holidays, but why would someone who doesn't even have a college degree like you need to? What kind of job could you possibly have that wouldn't give you the day off today? I mean, I don't think my level of education matters. Lots of places stay open for the new year. But if you really want to know, I'm in charge of a big project in the office and I had some work I needed to get done on it. You really expect me to believe that you're in charge of anything? Why don't you just stop with all these excuses already and come back home? It really is just unacceptable that you're not here to help us celebrate right now. I really don't know why we always have to do things like this, Lily, especially after we've talked about this before. But I really don't like the way that you always harp on the fact that I didn't go to college. You always use that as a way to look down on me, and I really don't appreciate it. I mean, do you realize that I'm sending your parents, and by extension you, $1,500 a month? What are you talking about? I know that that money doesn't come from you. Obviously, that money that I use to pay for my school comes from my brother. How dare you even try to take credit for that? What's the matter with you? Are you serious? Is that really what you think? I know it, actually, and I know that you don't make enough to be sending that kind of money. So how about you just stop making all of these excuses and get over here already? Don't you realize how disrespectful you're being by not being here?
Daisy, are you there? I really am so sorry about what my sister was lying to you. I tried to explain to her about why you wouldn't be able to come, but I guess even my parents were calling you.
That's right. I actually wasn't able to get any work done thanks to them.
You mean they were calling and messaging you that much?
That's right. I finally had to mute both of them because my phone wouldn't stop going off. I'm sorry, but I really just don't want to talk about this until you get home.
I understand, but still, I just wanted to say how sorry I am for my family. I really did try to make them understand, but nobody listened to what I had to say.
Well, then you can't blame yourself for that. Besides, it was mostly just your sister making fun of me for not going to college. She was bragging about how everyone in your family went to such fancy colleges. And then was going on about how I'll never be able to find a good job with no degree.
I really just don't get Lily sometimes. She just has such outdated views of people that don't seem to change no matter what. Honestly, it probably would have been best if I stayed at home with you and didn't bother coming here.
Oh, what are you talking about? Of course you shouldn't have done that. Your parents love you very much, and I know that if you didn't go, it would hurt them a lot. I'm just sorry that your sister and I can't seem to get along no matter what I try.
Well, I'm starting to reach the limits of patience with her as well. I mean, we make sure that you and I are there for every other family event. So, I don't get why she has to treat you this way for missing one little day, especially when you have work that you need to do.
No, but well, I wish we could have been together today, but we're always so busy and our schedules never match up.
I know, and even when we do have time off together, we always end up spending it visiting my family. I think I'll have to try talking to Lily one more time about this. She can't keep behaving this way and thinking that she can get away with it.
Well, I really am grateful for how upset you're being on my account. In fact, that's really all I care about with all of this.
Of course I'm mad about this. You're my wife, and my sister shouldn't be allowed to look down at you like this. Especially since you do so much for her by paying for her school. I've explained this to Lily over and over again, but she thinks I'm just making excuses for you.
Well, I suppose she has it in her head that there's no way someone who doesn't have a college degree could send money like I do every month. But she also has no idea that I make over $100,000 a year.
I know, and I have tried to tell my family the situation over and over again, but I think if they won't listen, then I'll have to tell them I'm never visiting home again. Because because I don't want to be around so-called family if all they're going to do is either make fun of you or not stand up for you.
Are you really sure that you want to do this?
Of course I'm sure. If they're not going to change, then we need to do something. Besides, I want to be able to spend the time that we have off together. I'll talk to my work and try to arrange it so that I can take some time off and you and I can be together.
If you're really sure about this, then I'll try and get my work done quickly too. Then hopefully we can match up these days that we'll take off together.
Perfect. In fact, tomorrow, why don't I take you out for a nice New Year's date?
What have you done? John just messaged me and said that he wasn't going to be coming over. He said that he was never going to be coming to visit home again. You mean he really did it? Oh, here I thought he might still go. But wow, well, at least I know that John really knows how to keep his word. What are you talking about? This is the worst. Do you have any idea how much this is going to crush my parents? My brother can't just cancel on us like this out of the blue. This is going to ruin the whole holiday. Well, I don't know why you're talking to me about this. It sounds like you should be talking to your brother. After all, did you even ask him why it is that he wouldn't be going this year? Of course I asked him why he was doing this to us. He told me it was because you don't like how I teased you about not going to college. And he said that you two already spend enough time out of the year visiting home. You did actually hear the reason, but I take it that wasn't enough to convince you? Do I seem convinced to you? My brother isn't going to be home this New Year's Eve because you don't like a little teasing. Well, it's not my fault that a failure like you married into a family full of so many accomplished people. You need to grow a thicker skin. You really just don't learn at all, do you? And I have no idea what John was talking about with coming home too often. We're a family. We should be together as much as possible. John doesn't live at home anymore, so it's only natural that he should be spending all of his time off coming to visit us here. And do you have any idea just how expensive it is having to travel to visit your parents so often in a single year? How much we spend on eating out and gifts and all that? By the time you account for a trip there and back for the two of us, airfare alone is usually around $1,500. And so what? Who cares about how much it costs to see family? That should be nothing, especially since John works for such a huge company. What do you mean by that? Wait a second. I know what's going on here. This is all a part of a plan of yours to prevent him from ever coming home again. You're mad that John is spending his money on visiting his family and not on you. That's why you're trying to keep him from visiting us. Well, I am not going to let you get away with this. You can mark my words. I really don't even know what to say to any of that. You think you can just use my brother for his money? Well, you've got another thing coming. I can tell you that much. He should have never married a woman like you. You're just trying to rob him blind. Wow, you have really taken this whole thing to another level. But I'll have you know that I was the one shelling out the money for all of the visits home. That's a lie, and we both know it. I know you could never manage to do something like that. You just keep calling John's money your money. But you didn't earn it, and so it's not yours. I won't let you keep leeching off my brother. You won't ever lay another finger on a penny of his again. You really think that I'm a parasite on your brother? Is that really how you see things? Of course! Who else would I be talking about? You didn't go to college, you only have a high school diploma, and yet you talk as though you're the one that pays for anything. You're nothing but my brother's gold-digging wife, and don't forget it, you won't get away with this. Okay, Lily, I really think that you need to calm down right now. In fact, I think that you might be confused about a lot of what goes on between your brother and I haven't gotten anything wrong at all, and I am not going to listen to your lies. I'm not lying when I say that I work very hard and contribute a lot to your parents and you. As for John not going to see you all this year, that was his own decision. I never asked him to do that at all. He came up with that all by himself. No, you're lying to me. You're always lying to me. I know that you're nothing but a gold digger. I'll never listen to the lies of a bottom feeder like you. But if you're not going to own up to the truth, I'll have to take matters into my own hands to save my brother. And just what are you trying to save him from? You, of course! I'm trying to save him from you, and I'll do that by convincing him to divorce you. I'll make him see that you're nothing but a leech and convince him to leave you far behind where you can't take advantage of him anymore. Okay, Lily, now this is really just getting to be ridiculous. I know that I've got you scared now. You can't even defend yourself. And soon you'll have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. After all, I know that the town hall accepts divorce paperwork year-round with no days off. Wait a second. What do you mean? How are you supposed to divorce John and I? Oh, you poor stupid little thing. You see, I already sent out the divorce papers 35 minutes ago. You and my brother are already done. It's only a matter of time before he realizes that he doesn't need you anymore. Hold on a second, are you serious? Of course I'm serious. And now that you know that you and my brother are no longer married, I want you to pack up your things and leave. After all, I don't care where you end up since I get all the money I need from my brother anyways. You've always been a dead weight around here. Okay then, but I guess this means I'll stop paying for your schooling. What are you talking about? I'm talking about how I'm really at my limit with you, Lily. You keep making fun of me and disrespecting me. And now you're even saying that you've submitted paperwork to divorce me from your brother? I just don't see why I should show you any more patience after all of this. Oh, please. And what could someone like you even do, huh? I know it's my brother who sends my parents and I money. You can't threaten me with that. Especially since you and my brother are divorced now, remember? So now there's really nothing you can do. You really need to learn to stop getting so far ahead of yourself. I'll have you know that I already told John about what you've done, and he's talking to the county courthouse right now. Then he's coming back home. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that I really don't think you have any idea at all just how lucky you are. Not just you, but your parents as well. But all that is going to come to an end. And I don't care how much you cry to me about it. Nothing is going to change my mind. You can't do this to me. It's not fair. I had no idea that you were the one sending my family money this whole time. But it's already been a week since we normally get the money, and it still hasn't come. You have to send us the money right away. What do you think you're doing talking to me like this, Lily? Better yet, why are you coming to me about this when it's been John sending you the money? You should go and talk to your brother about this, not me. I tried. I messaged him and he told me that he was never ever sending us money in the first place. He told me that this whole time it was you sending us the money. Oh, really? And you actually believed what he had to tell you about that? Because this isn't the first time that he's said this and you just never listened to him. That's because I really thought that he was lying. I thought that he was just giving you credit for everything. But now John won't even answer me anymore. Please, you're all that I have left. I don't have anyone else who I can come to for help. Give me a break, Lily. I thought I told you to leave Daisy and I alone. You brag so much about getting to go to your niece's school, but you hardly have the brains to show for it. Wait a second. Is this John? Of course it is, and I told you that I was going to block you on everything. Not only that, but I told you that Daisy won't be sending you any more money. So how about you just leave us alone already? We're not in the mood to listen to you whine to us. In fact, I'm going to tell Daisy to block you too. Wait, you can't do this to me. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Please don't block me. I just really need this money. You have to understand. I really did think that it was my brother sending money to us this whole time. How am I supposed to pay for school without your help now? I don't care, and it isn't my problem, so quit bothering us with this. Even if she did choose to forgive you, I still wouldn't send you any more money. You aren't serious, are you? You wouldn't really do that to us, right? But please, John, you have to know that I really had no idea it was Daisy that was sending the money. But if she doesn't keep sending it, then I won't be able to graduate. I mean, I knew that she worked for some big company or something, but I thought she was just a nobody. I had no idea she could afford to send so much money to us. But I really had no idea about any of this at all. But the money always came in through someone's credit card, and I just always thought it was yours. You mean all of my plans have come to nothing? After giving Lily a piece of his mind, John blocked her on every single thing we could think of. Later, I heard through the grapevine that Lily asked her school to allow her a break in her schooling so that she could raise money to continue her degree. Meanwhile, her parents were freaking out since John's decided to stop talking to his parents as well. His parents were furious at Lily for effectively ruining the relationship between her brother and her parents. They demanded that if she was going to be living with them, that she would need to find a job and contribute to the household. I heard that because of all the hours of work Lily had to do, she was forced to drop out of her program. In fact, I've heard that Lily and her parents have all become recluses, Lily only leaving the house to go to work and come back. As for John and I, although it was tough for him to cut off communication from his family, he always said that it was his decision and he was glad that he made it. Thankfully, without as many visits to his parents' house, we've been able to spend much more quality time together. It had been an issue for us for so long that to have it suddenly solved was almost surprising. But we have been making the most of our newfound time together and always trying to make sure that we do something fun. I think that John has come a long way in coming to terms with his decision, and I think we're all finally starting to act like our old selves again. And having the extra money from not doing as much traveling and sending money doesn't hurt either.